Hello, beloved soul. Welcome to this divine message, a message that is carefully prepared to touch your heart, inspire your faith, and fill you with hope. Before we begin, I want to gently remind you to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, because here we share life-transforming words from God Himself. By subscribing, you allow yourself to be regularly reminded of God's plans, His promises, and His perfect timing for your life. Take a deep breath and open your heart. For today, we will journey together into a revelation about a love that is already preparing itself for you. Your future spouse is already thinking about you. They are being guided, inspired, and even prayed over by God, just as you are being prepared and guided for this divine encounter. Beloved, it is essential to understand that love in God's plan is never rushed, never forced, and never coincidental. The one who created the universe, who knows every star by name, also knows the desires of your heart. He sees you the long nights, the tears, the prayers whispered in the silence of your room, and He has heard every plea for companionship, for love, and for the right person to come into your life. God is saying today that your future spouse is thinking about how to meet you. Perhaps you feel alone sometimes. Perhaps you wonder if you will ever find them. But God wants you to know that even before you see their face, before you hear their voice, He has already placed in their heart the thought of you. Imagine this. Someone, somewhere, is praying for you, hoping for you, and wondering how God will bring the two of you together. They are being shaped, just as you are, by God's wisdom, preparing to align with the purpose and timing that only He knows. This is not imagination, beloved, is the divine reality. One of the greatest lessons in life is learning patience. God often delays the things we desire because He is preparing both hearts for a love that will last, connection that will heal, and a union that will glorify Him. Your future spouse is not only thinking of how to meet you, but they are also being refined, tested, and prepared to be the person God has created for you. God is reminding you that impatience can blind us to His divine orchestration. Sometimes when you feel like love is not coming, it is because the universe, guided by God, is aligning circumstances perfectly. Your prayers are being answered in ways you cannot yet see, and your future spouse is thinking, wondering, and even longing for the moment God will bring you together. Beloved, faith is the bridge between God's promise and the manifestation of that promise in your life. Even if you cannot see your future spouse yet, even if the journey seems long, God assures you that they are thinking about you. They are imagining the moment they meet you, wondering how God will orchestrate your encounter, praying silently that it happens in His perfect timing. This message is meant to fill you with peace. You do not have to chase, force, or worry. God's timing is perfect, and He is already aligning hearts, paths, and circumstances. Your faith today, your trust in God, will allow you to recognize the one He has prepared for you when the moment arrives. Take a moment to close your eyes. Visualize your future spouse, guided by God, thinking about how to meet you. Imagine them praying, imagining your smile, feeling hope and anticipation. Allow this thought to fill your heart with joy and calm. Thank God for this divine preparation and ask Him to continue to prepare you spiritually, emotionally, and mentally for the encounter that will change your life. Remember, beloved, this is not just about finding love. It is about aligning with God's perfect plan. When you meet your future spouse, it will be a meeting orchestrated by the Creator Himself, a union blessed by heaven, and a love story written in divine ink before time began. Hold on to hope. Keep your heart open, and remember, your future spouse is thinking of how to meet you, and God is orchestrating every detail. By subscribing, you open yourself to a continuous flow of divine messages, spiritual guidance, and encouragement that will help you walk confidently in God's perfect timing for your love story. Take a deep breath, relax, let your heart absorb every word, because what we are about to explore will not only strengthen your faith, but will also reveal how God is actively working behind the scenes to bring you and your future spouse together. Beloved, God is a meticulous planner. He does not leave anything to chance, especially when it comes to the sacred bond of marriage. Your future spouse is being prepared in ways you cannot yet see. Perhaps they are learning patience, humility, or compassion. Perhaps they are being healed from past wounds, being trained in love, or growing in wisdom. God is shaping them, molding them, and aligning their heart with yours. They are learning lessons, facing challenges, and experiencing situations that will ultimately prepare them to be the person you need, and more importantly, the person God wants them to be for you. Even now, they are thinking of you not in a superficial way, but in a spiritual, God-guided way. Their thoughts, prayers, and dreams are being intertwined with yours. They may not know when or how they will meet you, but God has placed a divine expectation in their heart, a longing that points directly toward you, God's perfect timing, and your role. One thing to understand is that God's timing is perfect. Your role is not to rush, control, or manipulate circumstances. Instead, your role is to grow, trust, prepare yourself spiritually and emotionally. Your future spouse may be thinking, how will I meet this person God is showing me? But while they are asking this question, God is asking the same question. Of you, are you ready? Beloved, readiness does not come from knowing the perfect moment or controlling the situation. Readiness comes from surrender, faith, and trust. As you pray, grow in love, and align with God's will, your heart becomes a magnet for the divine love that is waiting for you. Spiritual alignment. How God connects hearts. The connection you will share with your future spouse is more than emotional, it is spiritual. Before two people ever meet, God aligns their hearts in ways unseen. Thoughts, prayers, dreams, and desires are all woven together by His hand. Imagine your future spouse thinking of you during quiet moments, wondering how life will bring the two of you together. At the same time, you are praying, hoping, and imagining this encounter. These prayers, even if unspoken, create a spiritual resonance that God uses to orchestrate your meeting. Every prayer, every tear, every whisper of your heart contributes to this divine alignment. God is orchestrating not only the meeting, but also the perfect moment, the perfect place, and even the perfect conversation that will lay the foundation for your future together. As God prepares both of you, He also provides subtle signs. Perhaps you feel an unexpected peace about your love life. Be a door opens, a person appears, or an opportunity arises that seems ordinary but is actually a divine nudge. These are confirmations that God is actively working behind the scenes. Beloved, learn to recognize these signs. They may come in dreams, in songs, in encounters, or even in words that touch your heart unexpectedly. Your future spouse is being guided in similar ways. God uses moments, synchronicities, and even coincidences to bring your paths closer together, gradually, in perfect timing. Prayer is the bridge between God's plan and its manifestation in your life. Continue to pray not only for yourself, but also for your future spouse. Pray that they grow, that they heal, that they prepare their heart to love the way God intends. This is one of the most beautiful aspects of waiting. Your prayers contribute to their preparation as much as your own. Patience, beloved, is not passive. It is active trust. It is knowing that while you wait, God is moving, shaping, and aligning both of your lives. Your future spouse may be thinking about you even now, asking God how they will meet you. And your prayers, your hope, and your faith are simultaneously preparing your heart to recognize them when the time comes. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine your future spouse somewhere far away, thinking about you, praying for you, and wondering how God will bring you together. Picture them growing, learning, being refined to match the love you are preparing to give. Now imagine yourself in that same moment praying, hoping, growing, and preparing for them. Feel the spiritual connection between your hearts. Even though you have not met, you're already part of each other's divine journey. This visualization is not fantasy, it is a spiritual exercise that aligns your heart and soul with God's timing. Every thought of hope, every prayer for love, and every moment of patience strengthens the bond God has already created. It's a joy to have you here again as we continue this divine message. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do so now. Subscribing ensures that you stay connected to these life-transforming messages, spiritual guidance, and encouragement From God, every word here is designed to uplift your heart and strengthen your faith in God's perfect timing for your love story today. We dive deeper into how God prepares your future spouse and, importantly, how you can recognize the signs that He is guiding both of your paths toward one another. Beloved, God speaks in whispers, subtle moments, and gentle nudges. These signs often go unnoticed because we are impatient, distracted, or too focused on what we want. But God's hand is always at work. Moving behind the scenes to align your future spouse's life with yours, you may encounter signs in unusual ways. A song that suddenly touches your heart, an unexpected encounter, or even dreams that feel so real they stay with you for days. These are not coincidences. They are God's messages, guiding you to trust His plan and recognize His timing. Your future spouse is also receiving signs from God. They may feel an unexplained hope, sudden clarity, or a persistent thought about someone they have not yet met. God is shaping both of your hearts simultaneously, preparing the perfect moment when your paths will cross. God's preparation is both internal and external. While your future spouse is being refined, healed, and shaped, you too are being prepared. Emotional readiness means learning to love without fear, forgiving past wounds, and letting go of unrealistic expectations. Spiritual readiness involves aligning your desires with God's will, trusting Him fully, and cultivating faith in His divine plan. This preparation is crucial. God cannot bring two people together in a meaningful, lasting relationship unless both hearts are ready. He wants a love that reflects His character, patience, and wisdom. Take time to pray daily, asking God to prepare your heart and mind. Pray not only for yourself but also for your future spouse. Ask God to heal them, strengthen them, and guide them as He guides you. Prayer is not just communication with God, it is active participation in the divine orchestration of your love story. Sometimes God places people, opportunities, or situations in your life as preparation for your future spouse. It might be a mentor, a friend, or even a moment of personal growth that equips you for your future relationship. These are divine appointments pieces of the puzzle God is putting together for your meeting. Signs of God's guidance include unexpected opportunities. Doors may open in your life that seem unrelated to love, but are preparing you for the meeting. Inner peace, a feeling of calm when thinking about love, even if your future spouse is not yet visible. Synchronicities, unexplainable coincidences, like hearing a name repeatedly or seeing symbols that remind you of hope and faith. Spiritual, urges a deep inner prompting to pray, wait, or act in a way that aligns you with God's plan. Recognizing these signs requires patience, attentiveness, and an open heart. God's messages often arrive subtly, but they are powerful when received with faith. Beloved, trust is the foundation of this journey. Your future spouse is thinking of you, wondering how God will arrange your meeting, but your trust in God is what completes the alignment. Faith allows you to remain patient and hopeful while God orchestrates the details beyond your control. Even if days feel long, or if loneliness seems overwhelming, remember this: your prayers and your faith are not wasted. Every moment of patience is a step closer to the divinely orchestrated meeting with your future spouse. Faith is not passive, it is active trust. It is waking up every day believing that God's plan is working even when you cannot see it. Your readiness, combined with God's preparation of your future spouse, will ensure that your eventual meeting is divinely perfect. Daily prayer, speak to God about your desire for love. Ask Him to guide your future spouse and to prepare both your hearts for each other. Meditation on God's promises. Reflect on scriptures and messages that affirm God's perfect timing. Internalize the truth that your future spouse is thinking about you. Gratitude. Be thankful for every moment of preparation. Every lesson, delay, and trial is part of God's plan to align your hearts perfectly. Journaling, record dreams, signs, and thoughts. Often God's guidance becomes clearer when written and reflected upon. These practices not only strengthen your faith, but also make your heart ready to receive the love God has prepared. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine your future spouse, somewhere in the world, thinking of you, praying for you, and feeling hope and anticipation. See them smiling, imagining your encounter and seeking God's guidance on how to meet you. Now, imagine yourself in harmony with this energy, praying, preparing, and waiting with faith. Feel the spiritual connection that transcends time and space. This is not a dream, it is a spiritual truth. Your hearts are already connected in the unseen, and God is orchestrating the meeting. The signs are all around you, your faith is vital, and God is actively preparing both you and your future spouse for a meeting that will honor His plan. Trust the process, embrace the patience, and continue praying for guidance and alignment. How to recognize your future spouse when God brings them into your life. How to respond in faith and love. And how to build a relationship fully centered on God's guidance. Beloved, when you finally meet your future spouse, it will not be by accident. It will be a divinely orchestrated encounter, perfectly timed and perfectly placed. God has prepared this moment for both of you, your prayers, patience, faith, all converging at the exact right time. You may feel an instant connection, a deep sense of familiarity, or even a sudden peace in your heart. This is God's confirmation that this is the person He has been preparing for you. Your future spouse has been thinking of you, praying for you, and anticipating the moment God would align your paths. When this moment comes, embrace it with gratitude and humility. Recognize that this is not just the start of a relationship, it is a continuation of a divine story written before time began. There are subtle ways God confirms that this person is your divinely chosen spouse. Inner peace and assurance, your heart feels calm and assured in their presence. Anxiety or doubt is replaced by a deep sense of trust. Shared values and faith, your spiritual and moral alignment confirms God's work in both of your lives. Divine timing, the circumstances of your meeting feel orchestrated, as though every step of the journey led to this moment. Mutual spiritual growth, you see in each other a reflection of God's refining work. A shared journey of healing and preparation. Beloved, when these signs are present, recognize them as God's guidance. Do not rush, force, or doubt. Trust that the hand of God is evident in this connection. The love you are about to experience is more than attraction, it is divine. It is a love rooted in God's presence, patience, and wisdom. This love is not conditional on perfection or fleeting emotions. It is built on faith, mutual respect, and spiritual alignment. To embrace this love, be patient with each other. Allow your relationship to unfold according to God's timing. Keep God at the center, pray together, study God's Word, and seek guidance for every step. Respect the preparation process. Understand that God prepared both of you for this union. Respect each other's growth journey. Celebrate the journey. Every moment, from the first meeting to the milestones, is part of God's divine plan. Beloved, the journey does not end when you meet your future spouse. It is essential to maintain a God-centered relationship. This requires continuous faith, prayer, and spiritual alignment. Pray together daily, asking God to guide your words, actions, and decisions. Keep communication open and honest, allowing love to flourish in truth. Support each other's spiritual growth. Recognizing that your relationship is a partnership in God's divine plan. Be patient with challenges, understanding that obstacles are opportunities for God to strengthen your bond. Personal spiritual growth. Continue to nurture your relationship with God. A strong individual foundation ensures a strong relationship. Community support. Surround yourself with spiritually aligned friends and mentors who encourage God-centered love. Active listening and patience. Listen to your spouse's heart, honor their journey, and allow God's timing to guide major decisions. Faith in the future. Believe in the divine purpose of your union and trust God to lead you through every stage. Close your eyes. Picture yourself and your future spouse meeting for the first time. Feel the warmth, the connection, and the peace in your heart. Imagine the prayers you have whispered, the patience you have exercised, and the faith you have maintained, all converging into this beautiful moment. Now, visualize your shared life, growing together, praying together, supporting each other, and building a love that reflects God's presence. Affirm to yourself, God has prepared us for each other. Our love is His divine plan. I will trust, honor, and embrace this gift with gratitude. Beloved, your future spouse is thinking of you even now, guided by God, praying for you, and wondering how the divine plan will unfold. Your faith, patience, and prayers have not been in vain. Trust God's timing. Recognize His signs, prepare your heart, and when you meet your future spouse, embrace the encounter as a sacred gift from God. Remember, this is not just a love story. It is a divine story, a story that reflects God's wisdom, patience, and perfect plan for your life. Live it with faith, hope, and gratitude. Thank you for joining this journey through all 4 parts of this divine message. If you haven't yet, subscribe to continue receiving spiritually uplifting messages. Share this message with those waiting for love, encourage faith, and remind others that God's timing is perfect. Your future spouse is thinking of you. God is orchestrating every detail. Your love story written by heaven is about to unfold beautifully.